Okay, so if you're looking at these examples here, example 1, determining distances with right triangles, finding unknowns. Really, you know the concept behind what you're going to use here. It's just that you haven't actually applied it to real problem solving yet. You have, but not necessarily to the same extent here. This is a really important concept, which is why several sections are devoted to this. If you want to know this distance here, and you do know these two, then you can use those two to find that one. All right? It's hard to measure that one in the water there, but it's a lot easier to measure these two on land. Okay? If you know that this one is 1500 and you know this one is 800, you can write the Pythagorean relationship. I would always start by giving this a name. They may have said they used the letter D here to represent the distance by canoe. That's a good starting point. Just say exactly. I mean, even label it. If you drew the picture in your notes, you can do that. It helps to label it like that and start with what you're doing. And then write down the Pythagorean relationship. D squared is equal to those two squares added together. And then that looks a lot like what we did for the previous one. Notice that this one gives you an exact number here. So that this symbol here is equals. It doesn't say approximately equals. It's exactly equal. The distance is not approximately 1700. It says it is 1700 according to that picture. Okay? You're finding the hypotenuse, the longest side. Start by setting up the relationship, defining the variables and setting up the relationship, and then solving that equation. You're writing an equation, and then you're solving it. Okay? I would like you to try this. Oh, hold on. What was part B? How much farther is it? We didn't answer that. How much farther is it for someone to travel by road? You don't need, once you've found that this is 1700, that you can do with elementary school math, right? You should still explain what you're doing. How much farther is it? Well, this is 1500 and 800. This is only 1700. So they just look at the difference there, right? 1500 plus 800 is 2300. So the total distance by road is that. And then the difference between the two, 600. Can you try this show you know question right now in your notes? If you haven't written anything or you've written limited amount, you could put example 1, show you know. I'm going to pause.